going to have two rooms actually. One room upstairs that's getting repainted, and downstairs in my office because I'm going to be standing in front of my laptop soon. I've just started drinking Megan's wine, which was a mistake, but I've had a bit too much of Megan's wonderful brute. I told you guys I'm a sparkling wine girly. So I'm kind of regretting that now. I've ordered some Wingstop wines. And you know what I'm going to do, guys? I'm going to take as ever a tiny bit of as ever straw because I only have 2 jars. And I'm going to mix it up with chili oil to make a kind of sweet and savory dip to eat my wings. How you guys doing? Happy Friday. I know this was very last minute. I'm sure a lot of people that would have joined this live are probably about to chill out, but ladies and gentlemen, London is effing cold tonight. I'm in the kitchen, so I'm going to head to my office as soon as my wings get here. How's everybody doing? Hopefully, more people join the live. Oh no, I'm a bit worried that I joined too late. Sorry, guys. I mistakenly got kicked. Sorry, guys. I mistakenly got kicked out because I was talking to the guy coming to paint my house next week. Mistakenly got kicked out. He was talking to me and scaring me half to death. How is everybody? Oh, how is everybody doing? How you guys doing? Good evening. I was saying that I'm going to show you my new filming room. It's really just my new office. It's just the space I've cleared downstairs for my office. Most times when you see me standing in front of my laptop, I am working. My brain is weird. There are times I cannot do anything. Oh my God, look at my eyes, guys. Oh my God. I can't do anything during the day. But for whatever reason, my brain kicks into gear at night. As a as a software dev, data engineer, does anybody else have that problem? And yeah, good evening, all. Happy Friday. It is freezing in London, by the way. It is effing cold in London, by the way. Fucking cold. Hi, Joyce. Hi. I feel really bad for the squaddies that live in the UK. I would have liked to go live earlier, but I was faffing. Do you know why I was faffing? Because I started drinking Megan's Brut champagne. And you know how when you start drinking alcohol and you're like, ah, crap, that time has gone. It's 2 a.m. Wow. Hello. How you doing, Joyce? Palestine or Israel? I think we all know it's Palestine. Nothing against Palestine. I don't even make any apologies for that. What's been done to them is a disgrace. As a Nigerian, by any I can't with good conscience support what's going on. So yeah, Palestine all day. I'm not even ashamed to say that. And yeah, any squaddies in the house, squaddies in the house, those of you that are joining me Friday evening, hello. This is a squad account. By squad, I mean Megan Sussex account. I'm a big fan. If you haven't, my videos are a bit disorganized, but I said during the Christmas break, I'm going to take some time to build playlists so that people can easily keep everything and see what this page is about. I was going to expand into other things, but I'm worried about algorithms. So I'm going to create I have a new channel that I'm going to be doing film recaps and just talking about things that are not Sussex related. And I am an engineer, so I'll probably move a lot of that to there. But work has been a bit stressful, so I've not had the time. But like I said, I will be taking a few days off during Christmas, maybe like a week, 3 weeks. I'll just take time off and just do fuck all. I use that to organize everything. Enough about me. How are you guys doing? How are you guys doing? How is it going? How's life? From all over the world, please drop in a chat where you're chatting from. I've seen Joyce. Shout out to you, my darling. Hello, Manuel from Portugal. And I can't see that. I can't see your name. Sorry, I can't read that out. Yeah. So there's a lot. Like I said, this is a Sussex Squad channel. Those of you that haven't come here before, hello. I talk about a number of things, mainly around the Sussexes and a lot of things from my point of view. Hi, how are you, Abdullah Raham? So, Rahman, sorry, I'm so sorry. So yeah, how's it going, peeps? How's life? I do not use Instagram. Sorry. The height of I'm already kind of addicted to TikTok now, which I'm thinking of deleting because I was really trying to avoid that from messing up my brain, but I think it's been successful. So I have to wean myself off it. But yeah, I was waiting for more of us to join at 5 minutes. Oh, 46 people. Lovely. Hi, Farah. So yes. Hello, welcome to my live. Good evening. Good evening. Good evening. Good evening. I thought, as you can tell, I am Nigerian. I am a black woman. Hello. And a lot of my topics are centered around hi Abdul. Oh wow, okay, hello. Hi Dolores. How you guys doing? You know, I'll be honest with you, with a lot of lives, I see a lot of people spend too much time before they get to the point. So I like to hustle right through it, but I'm just saying hello to everyone. This live, I should have announced it. I didn't do it properly, so I do apologize, guys. And I really should have had it earlier than now, but I couldn't. So hopefully, I get more people, new people who want to join my channel. Please feel free. I try and do a live at least once a week to round up what's going on in the world of news and royalty and all that stuff. If that is your cup of tea, please like, subscribe, and share. If not, thank you for joining me on Friday anyway. I'm trying to make it as entertaining as possible. Yes. Have you dipped your head in oil? I have no idea what that means. But yeah, this evening, what are we talking about, ladies and gentlemen? This has been a very eventful week, guys. I think that's part of the reason why it took a minute for. That's why I kept the topic very broad. A lot has happened. I might dictate good. A lot has happened this week, ladies and gentlemen. A lot has happened this week. And there's a lot to talk about. There's a lot to talk about. Like I said, please continue to like, subscribe, and share. Let's start with the Sussexes, as always, the only people we're talking about. Have you guys had a chance to look at Megan Sussex's Harper's Bazaar? If you haven't, I please do. A lot of people come online and say a lot of things about Megan that are obviously not true, or the rubbish that they've heard from people who clearly don't like her. And that's all the more reason why whenever she releases articles, I always encourage people, go and listen. Instead of listening to me, you can go and read the articles for yourself and come to your own conclusions. The Harper's Bazaar spread, I really liked it. I was telling someone in a live, and I stand by what I said. Megan looks very African. She looks very black in that picture. And I think that's why I love it so much. She's Megan as bare as it gets. They thought they were trolling Megan. They created a picture where they replaced her long hair with a typical soft afro. And guys, I wish I had screenshotted that picture. She looks so much like her mom. When her mom was young, just light skinned. And like I said, I don't know if it's the reason I love that spread so much. Without the makeup, just her natural hair, she looks very black, very African. And you know what? Shout out to my good sis. Being African is a thing to be proud of, is a thing to be. I don't make any apologies for the fact that I am Nigerian. I make no apologies for the fact that I am proud to be Nigerian. I am proud to be an African woman. I am proud of my skin, my lips, my eyes, my features. I don't give a damn. Oh, good. My wings are here. One sec, guys. You will walk with me to the door to go and get it so I can make my dip. So yeah, like I was saying, Megan was featured as the cover girl of the December issue of Harper's Bazaar, which is a big deal. One sec, ladies and gentlemen. Let me quickly get my order. Ooh. Good evening.
Hi. What's the bill?
50.
Okay, thank you.
Bye. You just heard me get my Deliveroo order with my wings. And for those of you who joined me from the beginning, I did say once I got my wings, let me set the camera here so I can mix it. I was going to do a little mix. So I'm going to mix strawberry spread and chili oil. Then we can go and have a proper conversation about Megan. So yes, yeah. I live in the UK, ladies and gentlemen. And for those of you in the UK, I think we can all agree that it is bloody cold. It's bloody cold, guys. It's like -1 degrees. And tomorrow I'm going to watch Wicked for Good. Mm. Mm. Wicked for good. Hi. So let me quickly mix my dip. Hello, if you're enjoying my engagement, if you can, please send a like. So, as part of the As Ever brand, I got honey. And for those of you who may have been on my channel for a while, you would know the last time I ordered from Megan, I was very floored by how nice her honey was. I was kind of really taken aback at how lovely and light it was. Let me put that on my wings, honey and wings. Mm. So I'm going to dribble some honey on the side of these wings, like a honey dipping sauce. Yum, right? Like a honey dipping sauce. And yeah, let's talk about Megan. So the Harper's Bazaar article, which hopefully you guys have already watched or listened to. If you're new to this channel and know nothing about Megan Sussex, I would advise that you go check that out. Like, don't just listen to the derangers or even me as a fan. Get to know her yourself. Mm. 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 Lemon pepper wings. Yum. Hi, Jory loves food reviews. So now I'm making my chili oil. I love chili. I bought this chili. There's this chili oil I bought from Japan. And I'm not joking. I've been looking for that chili oil everywhere, guys. I don't think I'm going to find it again. I think I have to go to Don Quixote when I go to Japan again to buy it. And it's a great source of frustration to me. Because I think, but you know what? I'm definitely going to Japan next year. Oh, yes. Electra. Hey, Electra. Hey, girl. How are you, my darling? Hit the gym, you blubber whale. Okay. If you think you're going to make me feel bad about myself. Mm. Right. So sorry, guys. We have got a lot. Cool. Hi, Elphas, my dear. How are you? Sorry, I was drinking Megan's wine and I started craving wings. I know a lot of people are going to be very triggered because I'm eating on my life. But I truly don't care. Yeah, so what are we talking about just now? We're talking about Megan and the Harper's Bazaar article. For those of you who have read it, please drop a like, please drop a heart in the chat so that we're talking together and following through. Did you guys like the photo shoot? I did. If you need some help working out, whatever. Yeah, I just quickly have some of this on my wings. Good. Okay. I think I'm okay for now, actually. Yeah. Right, ladies and gentlemen, let's get back to it then. Harper's Bazaar. And this is a way to, before I go away from this topic, this is a way to advertise Megan's wonderful products. Instead of insulting me in the chat, if you want to check out some nice products, well worth your money. I'm hoping that she announces international shipping. But anyway, if you want to check out some of Megan's products, well worth your money, please check out Azeva. If you live in the US, it's local shipping. But yeah, what were we talking about just now? Yeah, we're talking about Harper's Bazaar. And I was saying that the one thing I enjoy about the article was the pictures. The people that took Megan's pictures, the studio, according to what I heard, is a small studio. And thanks to the fact, obviously, they photographed Duchess Megan, it has really increased, it will really, hopefully, really increase their profile in the fashion world. And the fashion world, which tends to be quite difficult for Black talent to break into. I shout out to her for doing the photo shoot there, because now, especially the young up and coming, I didn't realize his name, the photographer's name was Malik Bodian. I thought the stylist's name was Malik Bodian. But yeah, he's a young photographer. Known for his work with portraiture. So I'm very happy for him, for them, for everybody. So let's go into my office. Okay. The raspberry spread sold out, but you know what I think? I think if people could taste the strawberry will sell out too. So hello, this is my office, my new office. I cleared it out last weekend. I'm wearing my big winter sweater because it is freezing in this house. Like I said, the weather has dropped quite dramatically. And I was waiting for the wings to come here. So yeah, ladies and gentlemen, wagwan. Exactly. The hatred is coming from a place of self. You know, when you have a lot of self-hatred and you see somebody who is very comfortable in her own skin, it triggers people. Because Megan's confidence is a problem for them. Yeah, Megan is supposed to be miserable and desperate for their validation. So when they see that she's not, it triggers them a lot. Exactly. Now, let me be clear. I am not sure if the studio that took her pictures were chosen by her, or this was what her people gave her. Either way, whatever it is, however it happened, I am glad it did, for the sake of the profile of the photographer and the for the sake of the photographer and the stylist, because again, for Black people in fashion, it can be very difficult. So shout out to her for really helping their profile. Hi, Avatar. Lovely seeing you here, my dear. Mwah, mwah, mwah. All of the people she used were exactly. And that's what I was saying. That is the real influence. Understanding the world enough to know how little things you do. People want Megan to be performative. And I'm like, I don't need Megan to come out and kneel down on the ground and do Black Lives Matter. I need her to use the platform that she has as a mixed race white presenting biracial black woman to open doors for people. That is what we want. Yeah. And the people that hate her are very disingenuous because they pretend that, oh, well, Megan never presented as black. Get the F out of my face. Megan cannot present as black because she is not a black presenting woman. And I think a lot of people don't understand. Megan doesn't need to pretend to be something she's not, right? Do you guys remember O.J. Simpson? O.J. Simpson, a very visibly black man who attained a certain platform, did something that was almost impossible for himself, and had that platform, did not use it for a second. And this was right in the heart of the civil rights movement. Never used his platform to speak up for people, to get civil rights people into rooms they were most likely banned from. Nope. He was only interested in dating white women, being around white people and enjoying that privilege. The only time he started working or even acknowledging anything black, the first time people knew OJ was black was when he was in court for killing that woman. And we all know he killed that woman. So he is one of the examples of, and this guy was not mixed race, mind you, a black man, 2 black parents. So I think this is how you know and you understand Megan's maturity and her relationship with race. The fact that she doesn't have to perform for me. I don't need Megan to perform for me. If she wasn't around, if her friendship circle was majority white women, I'm not expecting her to suddenly start having friends with people she was most likely not around in generally, right? What I expect her to do is acknowledge her privilege and use that privilege to help others. That to me is more impactful. And again, the other thing I really loved about the photo shoot, ladies and gentlemen, was, and I said it before, was how black she looked. If you look at her features, her hair, her lips, everything, by keeping her face bare, that was the first time in a long time that I have seen Megan as a black woman. Am I the only person who feels that way? Maybe it's something about her eyes. Her eyes, the way her nose looked, the way her face came together. I was like, yeah, that's a black girl. To the people that say Megan is passing. Passing means that you don't want to be seen as black. That's passing. Passing is lying about your ethnicity. Hi, Weston. Why do you think I'm recording? I told you that I'm in my office. I don't have a fridge here. I'm recording on top of my workbench. So yeah, that's very... Hello, auntie. Hey. And yeah, that's it, really. That's the story. Oh, thank you, West. Oh, Weston, thank you. Oh yeah. I love the article. Then let's talk about the content of the article. Now, I joined the live yesterday where they said that they felt the interviewer was trying to undermine her. And I was like, I didn't get that impression. Did you guys get that impression? I didn't get it. I don't think so at all. I like the interview. I think Megan has learned how to respond to questions in a way she tells you exactly what you need to know without giving you more. And I'm like, you can see that the PR team they've hired has finally started doing their job. I said it before, I don't need Megan to perform for me. Exactly, Jojo. I thought it was just a well-toned article. Kept it quick, kept it sweet. You ask her a question, she gives you a direct answer. She spoke about her personal life, spoke about her business. Avatar, I think you will like it. She spoke about her personal life, her business, her children. You can tell the main things that are her focus. And yeah, what more do we need? Guys, what more do we need? I don't need Megan to tell me about the intimate relationships of her business relationships with Netflix. I don't care about that. I know the Rangers are crying and crashing out because of it. But then again, if you think about it, and this is why we call the Rangers, if you had a legitimate reason, because look, not everybody is for everyone. I'm not saying that everybody would like every famous person. That's not possible. It's almost ridiculous. But you criticize every single thing she does. Nothing she does is good enough. You're a hater. There's, there's nothing else to tell you, nothing else to call you. And guys, guess what? I've started calling the British media and the Rangers Meg Hive. You know how we have Beehive? These people are her fans because they are always the first one to post about her. They are always the first one to buy her products, to insult it, wink, wink. And they're always the first one to promote her stuff. I think, and because their numbers are so loud and so high, guys, I think they do a much better job than the squad. And I keep telling you, and I keep telling you guys that I think Megan should send the Rangers, or the Meg Hive, as I call them. Megan should start sending them gift baskets. Because as a hater, they are doing more work promoting her and giving her opportunities than we, the squaddies, could ever do. By amplifying hate, they're getting her name, they're keeping her name in the SEO. So that's why I am no longer annoyed necessarily. I mean, I'm not going to lie. Some things they will say will piss me off because it's stupid and it's unfair. But then I remember, I'm like, well, haters are confused fans. It's like that racist Milo on X that started posting. This clown posted a picture of With Love Megan that he was clearly watching and said what he likes to do when people come into his house is to put on With Love Megan so that they can downvote it. And I was like, you put on Is Love Megan for your guests so that they can downvote it. So you're watching it. Or the other picture of him, he actually bought Megan's, because I think with her rosé you have to buy a certain amount, no less than 3. So he clearly bought like 3 bottles and he was about to open it and he was mocking the calligraphy. He had already started drinking the wine, mind you. So I was like, so let me understand this. You gave Megan at least $100 so that you could mock her wine. I keep telling you guys, the Rangers are Meg Hive. It's weird, it's different, that there should be a special kind of study into the psyche of people who claim to hate you but are buying your goods anyway, thereby making you rich, and talking about it so that people can know that they've bought it and it amplifies your product. So basically, they are helping you. They are helping you, right? Promote your business, and in their mind, they are hurting you. I mean, well, I guess, you know what? It is what it is. We're grateful for all the engagement. Nobody has promoted Megan harder than a hater. So, like I always say, to the haters of Megan, shout out to you. Shout out to you. You people are you people are Meg Hive. We have Sussex Squad. The Rangers and our haters are in a more vocal category known as Meg Hive. Because if you hate someone, there is no way you are going to be talking about them the way you do. I'm sorry. It's not possible. It's not humanly possible to invest this much mental energy into someone you hate. So to the haters, congratulations. You are now part of the Meg Hive. So yeah, thanks to the Meg Hive, the Harper's Bazaar article is gaining a lot of SEO traction. And I'm very sure many of them will buy Harper's Bazaar. They won't just comment on it online. They will actually buy the magazine so that they can talk about it. Because that is what normal haters do. Wink, wink. I am on to your plate, the Rangers. I saw the comments you made about Kinsey saying Harry should divorce Meghan. Speaking of Harry, did you guys know next week he's going to be speaking? No, wait, on the 1st of December, 3rd of December, he's going to be speaking at a conference, a realtor conference in Canada. What are we thinking, guys? I'm thinking that Harry is not just showing up. I think maybe Harry might be. What are we thinking, guys? Is that a business thing? Because we know that the Sussexes move with intention, right? And we know that the Sussexes are investors. So it wouldn't surprise me if Harry has a healthy real estate portfolio. But why Ontario? Do you think he's buying land there or he's bought land there? He said that Canada will always have a place. But yeah, it's very specific, isn't it? Realtor. Oh, he does speaking gigs. But then again, don't forget, unlike Billy Idol and Skeletor, he actually moves with intention. So I think, well, yeah, I think you're right. There might be either he's doing something in property or he's doing something that is affiliated to property. We know that his business interest so far, we know he has a sustainability business for travel. But the Travelist is for sustainable travel because I think they went to COP30. I don't know of any other business that he's involved in that is public, which is why I was very fascinated with the realtor thing. It would not. I mean, I will listen for his speech and see exactly what he's talking about there. But yeah, very good, very nice to see him out and about doing speaking engagements. Obviously, he has to do it because he has a family to feed. And yeah, I think I talk about Meghan a lot, but I should probably. Exactly. No, Harry doesn't go where he's not invited. He doesn't just show up. Like I said, he's not William or Kate. But I know I don't have a lot of. I have to give Harry his things. Because you see, Meghan is different. Meghan has been working since she was 13 years old. She's a working class girl. And she also had a business and a life before meeting Harry. She was an established career woman. So her success is not really... her success is delightful because the Rangers and the British press and some of the American... And even through YouTube have done everything in their power to discredit Harry and Meghan. So it's delightful to see that they have not been successful or stopped them from achieving what they want to achieve. But one thing I will say, I don't think I give Harry enough credit. Me too, Electra. I've always said I'm a Meghan fan first. But I want to surprise everybody, guys, and give Harry some credit. I know. Harry, if we look at Harry's background, Harry was not built to work. I mean, that's not true. Harry has always been the worker in his family. Harry, however, has been working under direction. He has not been working because he needs to survive. He's been working because of the very power of his privilege. So I won't lie. I have to give him comment. I have to commend him. Even though he is one of the very few privileged people who didn't have to think about a bank account, think about building a portfolio for himself necessarily, or any of that shit, until his hand was literally forced when he left the royal family. I think he's done quite well for himself. I'm kind of proud of him. In the 5 years since he left the royal family, we've not heard that Harry has been involved with any fuck shit. AKA, look at Pedro and Sarah Ferguson selling money for access, being involved in all sorts of criminality. We've not heard anything like that for Harry. In fact, the only smear against his name, and that wasn't really a smear, was his charity being hijacked from him by that stupid Sophie woman. Then she had the audacity to play the black woman card. She can fuck off forever and ever. Such a bitch. Excuse me. I don't have any patience for that shit. But yeah, we've not heard Harry get involved in any cash for access nonsense. Exactly, Jojo. I think that's it. And also with Megan by his side, guiding him, helping him. I have to give props where props are due. I admire him for that. It's not easy. Say what you want about Harry and his privilege. 30 something years old, most people are already set in their ways, they're set in their habits. It's hard to change, and he has drastically had to change his life, his worldview since meeting Megan. But I think he was up to the task. I think all the bullying, harassment that he endured, and just the general unhappiness he felt in the royal family made him more than ready for a different type of reality. But still, let's give props where props are due. Shout out to Harry. It's nice seeing you thrive. And yeah, and people say, oh, what does the British press, when they want to be trolls against Meghan, they always say things like, well, we want to see Harry. What's he up to? He just stays at home. You don't know Harry. You don't know Harry if you honestly think Harry is not working. You don't know Harry. And I think the fact that Harry was able to drop 1.5 million pounds at a charity in the UK, cash, I think that was also his way. Do you know what? I believe, you know how when you're proud of yourself, and to Jojo's point, everybody has been betting against you and you put the cash down. It's kind of like, yeah, go F yourself. This is the money I worked for. This is the money I've earned. And I want to use that money to do good. It's kind of like a child coming home after everybody bet against you or didn't have high expectations for you, and you've completely blown everybody apart. I respect that. As somebody who has felt better, who has had odds against her, I respect that. I respect that. And I admire him. He's the only member of the royal family that I know of that has actually spent money that he earned without abusing his title or abusing his relationships with people. He went out, left with his wife, took his inheritance, invested it, built a business. And I really believe that money he spent is money that he earned. So I'm raising a cup of water to you, Harry. Well done. I look forward to. I won't lie. I tend to ignore his stuff, but I'm going to pay attention to this result. I'm curious to see what he's doing there, and of course I'll feed that back to you guys when I hear it. The Christmas, and that's a lovely segue to the Christmas. So the Harper's Bazaar one. Shout out to Megan. And if you guys remember when Megan had that mind-blowing Paris Fashion Week debut with Balenciaga, because if you watch the video, you see she's wearing a lot of Balenciaga clothes. I wonder if she's going to be the face of Balenciaga, guys. What do you think? Because that video felt like a promo to me. We were seeing all her Balenciaga clothes, fits, shoes. I believe they were talking about, you saw different brands, but the fact that they kept on showing the Balenciaga sign is fashion. When they do things like that, it's to send a message. I'm not saying that she'll be the face of Balenciaga. I don't think she might want that. I don't know, I could be wrong though. I think maybe she would just they would have maybe like a contract. Because with Megan, she doesn't necessarily need that type of marketing. Does that make sense? Just her showing up in those clothes is enough. People will buy it. She doesn't need to do too much. And I think looking at the contract she has with Netflix, Harry and Meghan are most likely trying to avoid tying themselves down to any one person. So I can see her wearing Balenciaga as a kind of unofficial Balenciaga partner to help promote their clothes. But I can also see her working with Dior and other fashion houses. So I don't blame her for not wanting to tie herself down. And they may not necessarily even need to pay her in cash. It might just be pay me in clothes, pay me in sponsorships, if you know what I mean. So if, for example, she wants to market as ever as a luxury good, they would give her her own spread in Harper's Bazaar or they will give her own spread in Vogue. Mark my words, Vogue is coming next. Because this lady said it years ago, she would love to have Kate or Meghan on the cover. She's asked, she's reached out. So I'm curious. Kate has already had a Vogue cover, which flopped. Wait, was it Vogue US or was it? I don't remember. I could Google it, but I don't care. So, sorry, Kate. But yeah, Meghan is going to get a Vogue spread. Mark my words. Harper's Bazaar December issue. As you guys know, and I learned this on a show. I can't remember what show I learned this on. Different months represent certain things. There are certain months of the years they keep for their biggest stars. December is one of those months. If you're somebody who ever gets on the cover of Harper's Bazaar, Vogue in certain times of the year, I think the September issue is for Vogue is the coveted issue. That's the big one. That's the big one. That's the big seller, right? That's the one that's seen as, the big one. I'm not sure of Harper's Bazaar though. But yeah, I mean, if fashion mags are coming back, I think Meghan is getting her Vogue cover. But we'll find out soon. She's very strategic. Let's see. But yeah, her willingness to work with mags again, to me, tells me that we're going to be seeing her more, which is great. Do you guys think she will do another fashion show? I think she will. I think she'll be invited to other things. And again, if we tie that back to the and I said it last week, if we tie that back to the Kardashian, this is what she needs. I don't know how they expected her to sell her product without marketing. The Rangers helps her online because they're her fans. But these mags, by putting her face on mags that go on supermarket stands or that go in airport stands, or people enter malls and see her face there, that's also marketing her brand. It's marketing. So yeah, kudos to her. I'm very excited to what comes next. And yeah, the Christmas episode, guys, the way Electra, the way they were marketing and the trailer, it didn't feel like a 50-minute show. I swear to God. I think I am Sage on Twitter were thinking, wait, it is going to be like multiple episodes, but no, sadly it's 50 minutes. Shit. But apparently she got a cook named Tom Kuchinko. Okay, I can't pronounce that name. Tom Koliko or something like that. Apparently he's quite famous. Electra, actually, let me just quickly go left slightly. Back to Kate. That does surprise me, Electra. I'm surprised Kate has never been invited or has never gone to London Fashion Week. The press keep on telling us that Kate's fashion is helping British designers, even though at least nine designers have filed for bankruptcy and Kate has won them. So that's nice. So you interpret of that what you will. I'm surprised we don't see her at London Fashion Week though. Isn't that literally what she's supposed to be doing? Helping designers boost their clothes at London Fashion Week? I don't know if I have any derangers in the chat, but I would love to hear from you. Why is Kate, who is supposed to be quote unquote the secret weapon and the promoter of British fashion mags, never at London Fashion Week? Has she ever been? I mean, this is how unimaginative her team is. She doesn't even have to go dressed up. She could literally just go there she could find a way to attach royal work. Like she and William, apparently with this her early years initiative, have been able, through the Royal Business Initiative, been able to do conferences. Why can't she do something like that for fashion? And host it during Fashion Week? She's literally starving herself to death. So she's most likely sample size. Maybe wear a burp. Okay, well, I think I think it's because when you think of clothes, you don't think of Kate. Kate comes off as matronly, mamish. And we all know that they've intentionally made Kate very boring and uninspiring because they didn't want her to shine on her own. So I don't know. Anyway, I'm going to ignore her for now. Going back to what I was talking about. Yeah, I would love to see Megan at more fashion week shows, guys. But it's a new year. I feel 2025 was her was you know that Jay-Z song, allow me to reintroduce myself. My name is Hove. This was her year for that. Let her reintroduce herself to you back into the media space. Yes, I am Duchess Megan Sussex. Yes, I am married to Harry, but there's more to me. I have a business now. I have a TV show. Look at all my philanthropic work. So I think this year was Megan's renaissance. Is that weird? It's her reintroducing herself to the public on her own terms. That's why this year has been full of a lot of the TV show, the podcasts, the spreads. We're getting to know Megan again without the royal family's machinery telling you what you should know and what you should not know. And it's brilliant. So I think the sky is the limit, though. I don't see her setting her foot in this. Ooh, guys, how amazing would it be if Megan gets invited to London Fashion Week and she goes? Oh my God. I really do think that it will break the. I genuinely think that the British Royal Rota it will die. No, I think they will literally die if Megan comes into London to attend a fashion week and they didn't know, and she's on this soil. She does what she does in Paris, does everything in a few hours, leaves next morning. The same way, like when Harry came to the country, they didn't know he was coming. Do you remember that? Yeah, I know. But I'm just saying, just imagine. Do you remember that time that Harry came? Was it this year? It was this year. Was it this year? That he came for his court case. Yeah, it was this year. And the king was in Rome and everybody was, and the press and the royal rota were throwing tantrums all over the world. That Sky News literally cut off a news broadcast. Talk about Harry being in the country. Honestly, I think that was the final straw for the king. I think that's when the king finally said, I need to talk to this guy. I think that was the final straw. Rome was supposed to be his big moment, and Harry just strolled in and completely swiped all his headlines, swiped all his buzz. I have to give Harry, that is the type of petty that a Virgo would do. As a Virgo myself, I respect it. I respect you, Harry. That was brilliant. Electra, you never know, you know. Megan's biggest problem was the bullying and the lies, and of course, have the fears for her safety. You never know if they promise her good security and the same type of anonymity. But the only thing I will say though, because she's kind of appeared at the Paris Fashion Week by surprise, I have a feeling that they will all go to the Paris Fashion Week next year. Who wants to bet? So they've kind of spoilt it now. So she'll probably play this whole cat and mouse thing. All of them will go to Paris and go and camp there. But she shows up at New York Fashion Week. God, that would be great. But yeah, I love the cat and mouse games they're playing. And the funny thing is, it's not even cat and mouse games. It's just that the British press can't leave them alone. They wouldn't be embarrassing themselves if they left that couple alone. But anyway, the Christmas episode. Yeah, so very excited. I'm very excited. I've heard that it's only going to be like 50 minutes, unfortunately, but I'm going to watch it. I'm trying to see how we can watch it together, guys. I don't think I can show it live, but what I could do is I will do a live and then I'll get you guys to please turn on your TVs and let's watch it together. If you guys would like that, I'll put a poll because I can't share my screen. I don't want to get copyrighted, and we can talk about it together and react together. And yeah, I'd like that. If you guys want to join me and do that, let's do it. I wish her mom was on it, but she said there's going to be family. So I think her mom, will Doria want to come? Megan is very protective of her mom, as she should be. Let's see. We might see Doria. Yes, let's do a telly party, darling. Let's do it. So we can watch together and drag everybody together. Let's do it. I'd love to do it. Do I have a Discord? Ooh, I do not. Do you guys think I should create one? Would you join? Would you join? If you would join, yeah, I do one. And we can do a proper telly party where we can talk to each other. I'd like that. I'll put a poll in the chat that if I create a Discord, would you guys join? If we want to watch things about Meghan, and talk to each other, not just chat, proper talk. You would? Okay. I'll put a poll in and I'll create a Discord. So we can have a real, exactly. So we can have a real watch party where we can be talking to each other. Yeah, I'll create a Discord. Okay. I'll put that on. Yeah, I'll do a poll. Yeah, exactly. If you guys want to join me, because it won't be fun if it's just like 2-3 people. If many of you would join, and I'll keep on advertising it, because I think I'll start advertising. Okay, I'll create one and I'll start advertising it from now. And let's get many of us there. Let's watch together. Let's laugh together. And it'll be like a nice way to kind of converse with each other. I truly like that for the end of the year. And yeah, so I'll put it on the list. Potential Discord watch party. Woo woo! And then yeah, it looks exciting. There's a cook guy. Of course, Meghan does arts and crafts. Sadly, I don't do that crap. Sorry, Meghan. The best I can do is see what recipes. Will it cost money for us joining the Discord? I wasn't planning on charging anybody anything. Nah, just the community. I think we can. What I will do is maybe I'll do a mini watch party with one episode of With Love Meghan. Let's see how it goes. If we don't get copyrighted or struck, no. I'm charging you now. Where I'd like you guys to, if you guys want to help me financially, it's really through the subscriber account. And any super chats you feel like giving. But other than that, I don't believe in taxing people. Yeah, but yeah, through YouTube. YouTube is where I would like to make money, actually. Elsewhere is just for community. But yeah, so what else was I saying just now? Oh yes, so let's talk about Christmas viewing. I think I'll experiment with one live where we just get together and watch an episode of With Love Meghan. Maybe the one that they have the Korean chicken, because I really like that one. Or even the ending one, the last episode, the one where Harry showed up, that was nice. Or the one that she had in season 2. I won't lie, because I was in Japan when season 2 came out, I didn't really watch it. I only watched everything once. I'll watch it again and see if I have another one that I like. Season 1, I'll be honest, guys, I prefer season 1 to season 2. Oh, I liked the last episode she did with the Jose kitchen guy. I like that one. Oh, no. I like the one that she did with the Adaba guy, where she gave him that Adaba Tan France. That was beautiful. I felt very warm when she gave him that gift. I was like, oh, Meghan. That was such a beautiful moment. I really like that. So yeah, good show. What I'm hoping. Thanks, Avatar. Thank you. And I'll put the board for the Discord. What I was really hoping for, guys, for season 3, I'm hoping she gets more celebrity. Not more celebrities. I'm hoping, now that they've settled into it, I'm hoping we see something a bit different. I would like her to travel. But I know she wouldn't want to. She has young children. They maybe get a more diverse palette. Maybe different cultures, foods, cooks. I think she tries to feature people who are doing good in the world. And I appreciate that. But maybe get us some more celebrities. Get us maybe Oprah. Can you imagine she did something with Oprah? Or Serena? But I get it though. I get that she doesn't want to do too much. So that it's not like, okay, she's doing too much. But imagine if she invites the Kardashians. Oh my God, the meltdown. The bitching will be on a level that none of us, the British media, will be whining and bitching about it forever and ever. I don't think they've recovered from the Kardashian event last week. But yeah, but I'd love to see more celebrities on there. But yeah, that's it. The Christmas episode, very excited. We might have a potential Discord live watch party. And yeah, what else came out this week? Did you guys get that notification in your inboxes? I got an as ever notification that more to come. There's something big coming. People are thinking is international shipping. What are you guys thinking? I think it might be international shipping for the holidays. I could be wrong though. Or maybe some sort of gift plan. Because she was like, get your family and friends to join. I hope it's something worth. I got it. I'm wondering what she's planning to do. I hope it's international shipping. Megan, I don't need anything from you. I just need international shipping. This thing is too expensive, I beg. Because when the strawberry comes out, I want to buy more of that. Because that strawberry has blown my mind. Yeah. You don't think so? Well, we can hope. We can hope. But I don't blame her though. International shipping is not going to be an easy thing to navigate. I think if you think about, and that's what's so crazy about Meghan's achievements, that the royal family and everybody is trying to downplay. If you think about the fact that I don't think she started this year thinking she will be anywhere as successful as she has ended up being. I mean, I think she said it there that she knew that there would be some interest, but nothing could have prepared her for the amount of interest. Like they've had to go from a few hundred thousands to a couple of SKUs, a couple million SKUs to a million jars. That's crazy. In a year. I don't even think it's up to a year. When did Aseva start? It started in April, right? And in a year, she's making that many. Her Christmas collection hasn't completely sold out. The raspberry sold out, yes. I think a lot of people who didn't get it the first time probably try it again. Probably tried again and were successful. I think if she had I think if she had made it a bit more sorry guys, if she had made it a bit more yeah, that's what I was looking for. I think if she had made oh, you're thinking next year, right? Let's see. Because I'm thinking if she just did a million jars for America, then if she goes international, I think what she should do is with the current demand she has, she should try the international market and see if because her Christmas stuff hasn't completely sold out. I think obviously there'll probably be more traffic after the December episode, so she can take the learnings from there and decide, okay, for the Christmas stuff, maybe we don't make as much or we do as much, if you know what I mean. But it's a business, right? You weigh your cost, your P&L with your this thing. You see, okay, it's costing us all this money to make this, but the demand wasn't there. Maybe because of the pricing profile. Maybe next time we'll look at something else. And yeah. But at least I think if the fact that she sold that many in less than a year of business is bloody incredible. As in, let's not even knock that. That is insane. That is insanity, guys. And I can only wish her like all the luck because I know there's more to come. I don't know if her candles are going to sell out, but the people that bought, I saw their reviews on TikTok and they are raving about the smell. They are really raving about it. Did anybody buy the candles? What do you think? What's it smelling like? Is it good? I'm a candles gal, but I wasn't sure, and it was 64 quid, and I was like, I'm already buying a lot of the food goods. So I thought, let me listen to somebody else's review. If there's some left over from Christmas and she does a discount, I'll probably buy with the next batch. Because why not? I love candles. What else was I saying? Yeah. So Christmas is coming. Have many of you bought plenty things from her Christmas store? I showed you guys on my videos what I got. I got the strawberry. I got the strawberry as part of the collection, which kind of annoyed me because I didn't really want the collection. I wanted to buy raspberry separately, buy strawberry separately, but because I had to buy the collection, I had to buy even more orange marmalade. So, guys, yes, I should probably say I'm going to do a giveaway for those of you who live in the UK. I haven't opened the jars. Don't worry, the seal is still on it. So, if you want to get some orange, some apricot, please, I'll put something on to see how we can do it in a way that is, safe. And yeah, get some jars to y'all to say thank you. What else? Yeah. Oh yeah, guys, how many of you bought the sparkling wine? Did anybody buy the sparkling wine? I bought the sparkling wine. It's great. I told you guys that's what I was waiting for. The price point kind of shocked me though. I was like, Megan's, it's 9 quid, but it's okay. It's obviously more expensive than the champagne. Sorry, than the rosé, because sparkling wine will be more expensive, but it doesn't cost any more than a typical Brut champagne would, and it's really good. Ooh, it's the type of I think what I do is I'll get Night Timber, which is my sparkling one of choice, and I will get that one, and I'll do a quick taste review and see which one is better. FedEx lost your goods. Oh my god! In America. Oh no. And it's not even, I'm looking at the date. It's not even Christmas demand. You see, this is why I bought everything now. Because I'm like, you people are not about to play in my face. I bought everything now because I cannot do. Oh! Oh my God, Sandra. What happened with FedEx and me is they split my order into two. So they gave me the jams, the jellies separately, and I didn't see the Brut, and I began to get very angry. So I sent them a letter, an email cursing them out. But then the Brut came later in the day, so I'm feeling very bad now. But yeah, that's messed up. You can claim have they given you your money back though? Yeah, that's because it's expensive shipping this stuff. So to lose it like that was very frustrating. Did you ship it directly to the UK, or did you use like an intermediary like I did, like a post box? Because that's what I was doing. I can't ship directly because she's not shipping here. But yeah, let's see. I'm hoping that we get international shipping soon. One of the more shady things the Rangers like to say, guys, is how come Netflix is not selling the goods? I'm like, did you not see the trailer that Netflix released, where they very clearly said shop goods at asever.com? I don't think I've ever seen Netflix do anything like. Have you ever done anything like that? I don't think I've ever seen them do anything like that. So I don't know what arrangement. I don't recall. I could be wrong. I can't remember this. If Megan said that Netflix was going to be selling her goods in their store. I don't think so. I don't recall that. I don't know what exactly. And that's the thing. This is why I tell people, let's not listen to any fake news, because we don't necessarily know what arrangement Megan has with Netflix. It might seem like the most obvious thing for them to sell it in their stores, and they may be planning that, but I don't categorically, and I can be wrong, please correct me if I'm wrong, guys. I do not categorically remember them saying that. But let's see. I think it was the British voter that was, again, trying to predict something they know nothing about. And the talking point probably got in my head, which is why I tend to ignore them now. Speaking of the British press, guys, and it might be my algorithm, have you noticed, do you guys still see any of these British commentators popping up? I don't see them anymore. And I'm always looking for Megan News. Normally, they would come up as a consequence of me looking for Megan News, but I barely see them anymore. How do we interpret that, ladies and gentlemen? Do we interpret it that they are not talking as much, especially in the British press? I think it's a recession factor. I think many of them are losing their jobs. Yeah. Because don't forget, Lorraine is about to get taken off the air. Vanessa Feltz is not on the air until January. I personally think. Sorry, if I'm charging my phone. I personally think Vanessa Feltz has lost her contract, frankly, and maybe she's just working off her notice period because nobody is hearing from her again after January, which is a disgrace and hilarious karma. But I barely hear from them again. It might very well be that my algorithm has finally understood that I don't want to hear from these people. And I only bring that up because it just occurred to me that even the shady news I would usually hear, I don't hear it anymore. Maybe because I don't. I used to enjoy dragging Richard Eden, but I don't even think he's worth it anymore. It's not worth it. It really isn't. Because despite all the hatred, all the hate, all the lies, it's not doing anything. It's literally like listening to an old man screaming at the cloud. Not doing anything. It's not helping. It's just annoying people. And I don't want to be annoyed. So I just ignore them. Yeah, you don't really see them popping up again. I think it's because many of them are losing their jobs. I think it's because the reach they usually had. Because don't forget that the only way to get mega news previously was to hear from these people. Not mega news. Because they were all lying. The only way to get any type of Meghan related content was negative. And the negative Nancy's were always flooding our timeline. But I think ever since Meghan came back on social media, people can get their news directly from her now. So unless you want to hear a snarky interpretation of news you can hear from Meghan, why are you entertaining these people? So it's kind of like, I don't care. 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 I love it. And yeah, ladies, gentlemen, this has been a great year for the Sussexes. This has been a great year for the Squaddies. We've heard from our faves in ways that I don't even think we thought was possible. It's been fantastic seeing Meghan back on Instagram. I love that she turned off her comment because you know that pisses them off. They hate to see her winning, and the fact that they can't directly interact with her or spoil her page, you know that shit pisses them off. So yeah, it's been fantastic. And this week has been quite a lot. A lot came out. The Harper's Bazaar, Meghan's Christmas trailer with Harry kissing her, which I know triggered all the derangers all over the world because they can't accept that she's happily married. Kinsey Schofield is insane, so there's no need. I don't even bother with the son anymore. Like there's nothing there. It's just fresh air. And what else happened this week, guys? Nothing. I have a feeling we'll get some more things next week, and that will be when Azeva gets whatever it is Meghan is releasing with Azeva, which I am very excited about. And of course, I mean, is it worth mentioning? I'll say Kate Middleton and Kitty Kate decided to the British media decided to apologize to Kate for referring to her by her maiden name, I guess. They are saying that she didn't make them apologize. So I'm like, so why are you apologizing then? Sure. I think she was probably insulted and felt that, oh no, the only thing I've achieved in my life is becoming a member, is becoming my equally lazy husband's wife. You will, I don't even actually blame her, to be fair. If that's the only thing you have of accomplishment in your name, I would want my name as well. And I think the other thing to talk about, Kate Middleton was lecturing. Kate Middleton basically had an afternoon of hosting for business leaders in the UK to push her early years initiative by giving a very stupid speech, time and tenderness. I have no idea who she's talking to or what she's talking about. I was very embarrassed for her, frankly. And the British media was dragging her. They kept on saying things like, this is Kate's speech. This is Kate's first speech in 2 years. This is Kate's first speech since her cancer diagnosis. You know, just backhanded compliments, which are supposed to be insults. And I was kind of taken aback by that, actually, because I was like, why are you coming for her like this? Look, I keep telling you guys, the British media are not pro Kate and William. Let me use that Lily Allen song. There was supposed to be an arrangement. You give us access and we keep your name happy. But that arrangement is not benefit is not happening. William has been throwing a tantrum, giving his all his interviews to American media, all his so-called in-depth interviews to American media. They're not seeing the benefit of the so-called arrangement they have with Charles with William. They bash the Sussexes, yes, I probably feel like they do it now because they really have no choice. They don't have any other ways to make money. So even and that is the trap the British media have fallen into. They were bashing Harry and Meghan because I believe they were doing it on behalf of Kensington Palace. And it was useful to do while Harry and Meghan were quiet or while they were in the royal family. But now that Harry and Meghan have completely built their own team, they had trial and error, yes, and their own team is trustworthy to an extent. They don't need to engage with anyone but their own team. They speak to their own article, they speak to their own media outlets. So they don't need to engage the British press under any circumstances. Under any circumstances, the star of the royal family of the Sussexes, Meghan, does not even entertain speaking to any British mag. So that income source that they have helped create is completely gone. They don't have any access to it. The best they can do is recycle news. And if you're reporting third party, you don't make money. That's why they quote it in negativity, because the hate clicks is what's keeping them going. Meanwhile, the Billy Idol, who should have been giving them access, has said, nah, thank you for your help though, but I've seen how you people treated my William. I keep telling you guys, was also traumatized by the British media. He doesn't trust them. They've been insulting him they were insulting him and his wife. They're not his friends. He doesn't see them as friends. They are useful idiots to him. So William is not giving them that access either. Because for better or worse, William also wants to break America. So to copy his brother and steal his brother's shine. So why the hell would he talk to the British press? Why would he? So I think the British press are beginning to realize, or have realized, that nah, this thing that you were doing has cut off your income source that you could have got from the Sussexes, and William is not going to entertain you either. So yeah. It's like a snake that is following its own tail. I believe the British media, we are watching its decline. I think both Harry and William would like, if they have nothing else in common, the downfall of the British media is probably what they mutually agree on. And we're watching it happen in real time. At least the tabloid media, anyway. All these, your favorite royalists now. That's why they won't speak up about Kate's eating disorder. Kate and William attended Royal Variety Show, guys. You know, I didn't even know. Sometimes they would be talking about it. They were talking about it days in advance. I didn't even know that it was on. They didn't even mention it. Or maybe my algorithm is so good now, I don't hear anything. Do you know how I found out about Kate and William's event? Meghan's Harper's Bazaar came out, and then pictures of Kate, for whatever reason, started flooding my timeline. And that's when and the one talking point, ladies and gentlemen. Oh my god. Guys, I am so sorry. I hold it in my hand. The one talking point that most people had was how skinny Kate was. So the point I'm trying to make with this long tirade is Kate clearly has some sort of eating disorder. I think we can all see it. But the British media, I personally think, are not going to touch it. Not because they care about Kate, but because they are waiting for the right moment to unleash on it. Or maybe they are still hopeful. I would be shocked if they're not already asked, because don't forget, a lot of these people are online, so they are seeing all the discourse about Kate's health and her body and how skinny she is, and I imagine they're probably investigating and trying to figure out ways to find out what exactly is going on with Kate's health. I believe that they will break that news when they are ready, or they might find out and go to William and Kate and say, "Look, we found out this thing about you. Do you care to comment?" They can use it as leverage, because don't forget, they said they have quite a lot of things on William. Kate clearly has an eating disorder, and if her fans cared about her, they don't. Spoiler alert. That's what they will be trying to get her. They'll be trying to raise hell. Thank you for reminding me. He was on my list. Guys, I'm so sorry. Shout out to you, Johnson. I forgot. Yes, thank you. I dropped my list in the kitchen. Dan Woodson is back in court, guys, for allegedly catfishing at his place of work. Now you see why he's always attacking Meghan. He needs to pay his legal fees. Cat Woodson, aka Martin Brannan, or whatever he calls himself, has had multiple cases of sexual abuse, assault against men he's either worked for or he has tricked into having sexual relations with him. Well, he's found somebody for the this is the third time I think he's gone to, yeah, third time. This is the third time that pervert is in court for sexually harassing, assaulting someone. But I think he's found somebody who actually has his time. I think the last time this happened, he was able to buy maybe the person he went up against didn't have the funds. I think this particular person that is holding him accountable, this person is ready for him, because he's been to court before over this issue. And he had to pay fines. I think he had to pay legal fees. Now they've taken his ass right back to court. That's probably why he's gone. I don't think he's necessarily even gone quiet. But at least now you know why he won't shut up about Meghan, because that's the only way he can pay his legal fees. I'll be keeping an eye on that case. Let's see. I was going to say he might be found guilty, but yeah, he might not be. But I love dragging his name to the mud anyway. Perverts. Won't leave Meghan alone. And also, I think he gets away with it, but I think because this is the first time I've heard him being dragged back to court. The last few times, I think he's been able to buy his way out of it or do something out of it. But this time, this person has brought him back to court. So let's see. Let's be hopeful, guys. Maybe this is the Christmas miracle we've been waiting for. If Dan Woodson gets destroyed in court, woo, or gets found guilty, I can now happily refer to him as sexual pervert. Also, did you guys see my video when I was talking about Andy Signor with the Blake Lively, who's just horrible? Anyway, Blake Lively and her vindictive husband are keeping Andy Signor in court. I love that for him. He's like the enemy of my enemy. Okay, she's not my friend because I hate that bitch. But I'm so happy that he's losing money. Because he said that he doesn't have Blake Lively money. And I'm like, you don't have Blake Lively money. But you bloggers online are very loud and very bold, going up against multi-millionaires. You don't have their money. You don't have the resources, but you want to be going up against them. Apparently, Andy's grifting ass. You know, the whole It Ends With Us saga. Yeah, Andy's grifting ass wanted to create a documentary about the whole thing. And I think that's why they're lashing him in court. You see, they will keep him in court because all they have to do is just keep on filing rubbish. That's what Blake Lively and her husband are doing. Instead of actually addressing the summary judgment that has been, if the fantastic summary judgment that was sent, that they're not trying to waste everybody's time in court. Because I think that's what they planned on doing. What they didn't realize though, and what they seem to keep forgetting is Justin Baldoni is backed by a billionaire who has probably put a budget aside of money that he is willing to spend, because he said that he's out to protect his studio. So when somebody says that to you and they have billions of dollars, and it most likely wouldn't affect them if they spend at least 30 million on your ass, that's belt to ass. So I hope Blake Lively and her husband are ready. They can keep on filing all the rubbish they want to file. He can go. Steven Sorowitz can go band for band, and the Signor cannot go band for band. So I'm very curious to see how this ends for him. But don't worry, if it ends badly, and I hope it does, I'll keep you guys in the loop. So Andy Signor is getting built to ask from Blake Lively, which is hilarious to me. There's one more person getting their karma this week. Oh yes. Let me close with this. So I don't know if you guys remember, I had a live where I said that I feel like Megan Thee Stallion and Megan Sussex are having the exact same treatment in the media. You know, people who are using independent platforms and even mainstream platforms to harass them, and it's misogynoir. So anyway, for those of you who may not, I'll just give a very quick update. For those of you who may not have heard, Megan is back in court this week talking about her case. She's taking Milagro to court, and I've seen the questions, the jury questions. They've presented the case. I was going to do a roundup when the whole thing was finished, because I'm not a fan of sensationalizing. I want to report facts. But I think it's looking good for Megan. I think Megan is going to win her case. And the reason why I'm very curious about it is, if you look at the Cardi B, Tasha K case and the Megan Milagro case, they are building a history of precedent of celebrities taking all these so-called independent media bloggers who just say the most outlandish, outrageous things about them to court, to hold their feet to fire. And I think it's fantastic. If it's an opportunity to change the blogging landscape, guys, this could have a positive impact for the Sussexes. Because I think the reason the Courier, I used a company based in the US for a PO box. And when I'm ready to ship, they give me any courier. This last courier I used was FedEx. So, I'll just quickly say, so why I'm excited for the Milagro Megan Thee Stallion cases, especially in the state of Florida, is the precedent it's setting. Because what that means is someone like Megan, I'm not saying she will, but I'm hoping it sets a precedent in court, because Florida has very strict, very harsh, has probably some of the harshest online usage laws that protects people against, deep fakes, defamation, and harassment via the internet. So I'm hoping, I think Megan's case is the first case that would actually be using that law to met out the harshest punishments. So I'm very hopeful, guys, that Megan wins her case so that it sets that precedent, so that all these bloggers that have been making money lying on Megan Sussex, one day they'll cross the line, and there's a law that Meghan and Harry could probably use to go after people. If you know what I mean. I don't know. Like I said, I don't know if they will ever do it, because they've allowed things have already gotten kind of, in my mind, have gotten out of hand. But let's see. I'm just glad that the precedent will be there, and it's for people to use as they need it. And I'm hoping that even just the fear of getting sued and losing everything you worked for, hopefully will make these people be a bit more careful about the rubbish they say. You never know. So yeah. That's the roundup, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you. I can't think of anything else at this time. I'll continue to keep my eyes out for what the big announcement Megan is about to make. And of course, the Megan Thee Stallion update, I will do one maybe in the middle of next week at some point. Let's talk about what's going on with them. And yeah, it's been very nice talking to you, beautiful people. Today, I'm going to create the Discord, and I'm going to, so that we can test chatting with each other and watching videos together. We'll watch an episode of With Love Megan before the Christmas episode comes out to see how it works. And yeah, thank you for joining me, and have a good weekend.